During this Christmas or Advent season, one of the things we celebrate is the concept of peace. When you explore the word peace, you'll find it's a universal expression shared in different languages around the world. In Arabic, it's salam. In Spanish, paz. In Hebrew, shalom. While shalom is often used as a greeting, it originates from a root word meaning complete or whole. In the Bible, shalom goes beyond just peace of mind or a truce between enemies. It represents a state of being where, regardless of the external circumstances, the peace within remains undisturbed. So today, let this peace of wholeness fill every area of your life, helping you to become unshakable in times of uncertainty. Welcome to another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Audrey Williams, and we have a lot in store for you. So stay with us. We'll be right back after the news.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Friday, December 13, 2024. A new state-of-the-art health center is coming for the people of Portmore. On Wednesday, the Ministry of Health and Wellness signed a contract and broke ground for the Greater Portmore Health Center.
Part of establishing a facility here, a comprehensive facility, is not only that people access it easier, but that our people here can go out in the communities and visit, as they do now, the people in their homes and provide the right message. We are a developing country, but healthcare can be as developed as any other developed country elsewhere.
The 1,259 square meter facility will cost approximately $660 million, inclusive of construction, equipment, and furnishings. On completion, it will boast added features and services for patients and staff, including isolation, procedure, and examination rooms, as well as laboratory and diagnostic services such as X-ray and dental imaging. The new facility will also have green space, lunchroom, and lounge areas. Construction is being financed primarily through the European Union-funded Health System Strengthening Program, with funding from the Government of Jamaica for equipment and furnishings. The main contractor, China Civil Engineering Construction Limited, is to complete construction in just over 16 months. The Health Minister is urging all stakeholders to lend support to the timely completion of the development.
We must ensure that we give all the critical support to ensure that the project is successful, because ultimately it is our project. And we're going to be working very assiduously to ensure that all hands will be on deck to do that.
More than 120 Jamaicans are so far benefiting from the government's $50 million New Limb, New Life program. Executive Director of the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities, JCPD, Dr. Christine Hendricks, made the disclosure during an interview with JIS News. The program, which was first announced last year by Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton, is being implemented in partnership with the JCPD and the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. It is enabling persons between the ages of 13 and 60 who have lost a limb and are registered with the JCPD to lead healthy, productive, and independent lives. Applicants must be assessed by the Sir John Golding Rehabilitation Center or a qualified orthopedic surgeon to determine their suitability. The program supports the Ministry of Health's #KnowYourNumbers campaign, which encourages Jamaicans to do regular screenings to keep on top of their health status and modify their behavior to reduce illness and premature death. The Bank of Jamaica BOJ is in discussions with the Jamaica Bankers Association JBA regarding their plan to create an instant payment system across all banking platforms. This would allow for the transfer of funds in near real time from one bank to another bank, regardless of the hour of the day. It was disclosed by Dr. Jide Lewis, Deputy Governor of the Bank of Jamaica, with responsibility for the Financial Institutions Supervisory Division. He was responding to a concern raised by Member of Parliament for North Central St. Andrew Carl Samuda during Tuesday's sitting of the Standing Finance Committee of Parliament.
It is still at the proposal phase. I'm sure they could be invited to make representation on their initiative and their intentions, but that would, I think, address that particular concern of funds not settling on the same day when it's being transferred from one retail bank to the other retail bank. I believe there is broad support for it across the banking sector, and I believe they're in a position to give a fulsome update as to where they are on that matter.
The Ministry of Education will be implementing extended learning, teacher support, accountability, and performance tracking to address low performance at the CSEC level. Acting Chief Education Officer Terry Ann Thomas Gale made the disclosure during this week's post-cabinet press briefing at Jamaica House. She revealed a concerning drop in the 2024 CSEC results compared to 2019 pre-pandemic. In mathematics, the pass rate fell from 54.6 to 38.9%, while English saw a decrease from 82.8 to 76.4%. Mrs. Thomas Gale says the ministry will introduce extended learning periods as one of the ways to help improve the pass rate, particularly for mathematics.
When we speak to extended learning, as you will agree with me, more time spent on teaching and curriculum delivery will yield more students, better students' outcome. And so we are looking at extended learning going where the students are exposed to a minimum of 5 hours for mathematics and English language. We're also looking at students doing extended activities outside of the regular school curriculum delivery.
She says heads of departments for English and mathematics have started multiple rounds of training to better customize the curriculum for students' needs. The acting Chief Education Officer says the ministry is confident this approach will lead to success in the near future. And finally, the Jamaica Fire Brigade is calling on Jamaicans to be extra vigilant on the roads and at home during the festive season. Pointing out that the brigade gets called out to more motor vehicle crashes than normal at this time of the year, Public Relations Officer Superintendent Emilio Banks is stressing the need for motorists to not drink and drive.
At this time of the year, the Jamaica Fire Brigade is normally called out to more motor vehicle accidents than is normal. We already see the road safety units sending signals about safety on our roadways and the number of accidents that have taken place since the season has started, really. So we have to be cognizant of that.
Mr. Banks, who was speaking at a recent JIS think tank, also cautioned against leaving cooking or baking unattended, a common fire hazard during the holidays.
It is extremely important to understand if you're going to be cooking, don't tell yourself that you're going to be taking a little break, taking a little nap, and then when you wake up back, you'll finish the cooking. Don't do that. It's best to turn off the stove or don't start cooking any at all until you have been rested, properly rested.
He also advises those buying Christmas lights to choose underwriters, laboratory-rated ones, and avoid overloading circuits to prevent fire hazards. And the Fire Brigade is urging families to ensure children and seniors are not left unattended at parties for their safety. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
Season's greetings to my fellow Jamaicans. This Christmas, let us celebrate in true Jamaican style and commit to safer roads. Last year, we lost over 480 lives in road accidents. This holiday season, let us do our best to stay below that number. Drive responsibly, slow down, avoid distractions, and never ever drink and drive. Buckle up, especially the children, and always watch out for pedestrians. The holidays are a time for joy, not sorrow. Let's ensure everyone arrives safely. From all of us at the Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport, have a safe and happy Christmas and a prosperous New Year. God bless you all.
Thank you for staying with us. Up next, we'll share the story of an individual whose life was shaken by external circumstances, leading to an unexpected reaffirmation of his truth. Please take a look.
This wasn't the story I envisioned telling this Christmas. In fact, it was a difficult one to share. But as I reflect on my own quest to discover the true meaning of Christmas, I met David Martin.
My name is David Martin, and we are about to get animated.
An animator, educator, and someone whose life has been defined by his willingness to give of himself in service to others. Through our connection, I learned about his remarkable journey, which took a life-altering turn in 2022. David endured a major stroke that left him paralyzed on his left side, followed by a diagnosis of a heart condition. And when it seemed like things could not get worse, in July 2024, after Hurricane Beryl struck, David suffered a second stroke, leaving him mute and unable to hear for 3 agonizing weeks. Yet, today, David shares his incredible journey of resilience, a journey he believes was touched by the hand of God. It was based on faith, the seeds for which were laid in childhood.
I was always went to a crusade. He always an influence of my grandfather. He always put me at vocation Bible school. Because of that, I had a strong base. So I am glad for that, and that it was prepared me until now in everything that I've been in life. God has always been with me through prayer and meditation. I've always disciplined myself in the scriptures so that God's wisdom and love will be shared, so that one day I will be proud unto Jesus.
As health crisis after health crisis struck, David's faith was not shaken. In fact, it was strengthened.
It's hard to say that I was a Christian because I've always been with God, and because of that, I know that God was always with me. I had anniversary when I had my heart surgery started. With every affliction, with a stroke or surgery, whatever it was, Jesus was there. I'm grateful for my life because I could have died. I give thanks for that all the time because I've gone through a lot and still sometimes go through, but I'm grateful.
What became increasingly clear to him was the vital importance of family.
My family has been a very good support system. My children and my wife and my daughter over the time when I was going my stroke.
And through this life-altering experience, now more than ever, David firmly believes that Christmas is not just a time for revelry.
It's more than just a celebration. It's a time for family.
I'm still breathing, my heart is still beating.
Though David's speech is still affected by the stroke, his message is clear. Faith and the warmth of family are the true reasons for the season. I say, Merry Christmas to all, and may this season bring hope and healing to every heart. Who wants food poisoning for Christmas? Nobody. So store your foods at safe temperatures, wash your hands and utensils often, and make sure to store your leftovers properly so that you can have a safe and delicious holiday. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
How well do you know what you're eating? Understanding the nutritional facts of the food you're consuming can save you in the long run. Here's how.
Part of maintaining good health is knowing our nutritional requirements and what is in the foods we consume. When we know, we are able to make better choices about what we eat and empowered to avoid non-communicable diseases (NCDs) such as diabetes, hypertension, cancers, and cardiovascular diseases like stroke and heart disease. In recognition of this, the government encourages consumers to look carefully on the ingredients and nutrition facts labels on foods.
NCDs is a national crisis, and what and how we eat is a contributory factor to developing or worsening. Our message, healthy eating, active living, read it before you eat it, places emphasis on educating and empowering people about the choices made for food consumption. In keeping with our vision for a healthy Jamaica, our goal is to equip Jamaicans to read food labels in order to make healthier food choices.
The fact that more than 70% of death in Jamaica are linked to NCD conditions, which are increasing, is enough reason for all of us to eat healthy foods, exercise regularly, and get adequate rest. Like sweet music to the soul, the healthy living message must resonate, and the Ministry of Health is chiming through the airwaves with its public awareness campaign.
And the fats by percentile, less in upon the right track. You feel zoom in on the nutrition facts. It ain't at the table, on the side or the back. Vitamins, minerals, and vitamin 20% and more that good for you. You feel zoom in, check the nutrition facts. You feel zoom in, check the nutrition facts. You feel zoom in, check the nutrition facts. Less sugar, less salt intake, and less fat.
It is our collective responsibility to take stock of the health impact of excesses in sugars, salts, and fats, and take steps to reduce consumption.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness, through the Nutrition Facts Panel media campaign, is fast-tracking its response to the scourge of non-communicable diseases (NCD) by getting more Jamaicans to zoom in on what's in their food. The campaign is a collaborative effort of the Ministry of Health, the Heart Foundation of Jamaica, National Health Fund, and the Jamaica Association of Professionals in Nutrition and Dietetics.
I think this is a great start, and it supports the other things that we're doing, like school nutrition policy, the physical activity program, the elimination of trans fats, and so on. We have to see it all related and linked and make the push to get it working.
Preliminary findings of a recent baseline evaluation survey for Nutrition Facts Panel Education campaign show that while 70% of Jamaicans have a general awareness of Nutrition Facts Panel and 69% express a positive attitude towards them, only 30% are able to accurately interpret and apply the information on them. Ingredients on food labels are listed from the greatest to the least amount of nutrients. Pay attention to things like fats, sodium, and sugar, of which you are to consume a percentage daily value of 5% or less. Keep these in mind as well. The general daily limit of added sugars is 6 teaspoons or 24 grams for women and children, while for men it's 9 teaspoons or 36 grams. Your fat intake should be 6 teaspoons or 30 grams, including 13 grams for saturated fat. The general daily limit for sodium is less than 1 teaspoon or 20 grams. It's also recommended that we reduce consumption of foods that have a percentage daily value greater than 20%. Choose foods that are high in dietary fiber, minerals such as iron, calcium, magnesium, and potassium, and vitamins. Go for products with percentage daily values greater than 20% for these nutrients.
It is important that Jamaicans learn to read and interpret the Nutrition Facts Panel with its information on serving sizes, calories, nutrients, and percent daily value for the individual intake. This will empower people to choose foods that allow them to maintain energy and the appropriate nutrient requirements, particularly sugars, salts, and fats.
So, next time you go shopping, remember to read it before you eat it. And don't just read it, do so and make the best nutrition choice for your good health.
we are hoping that the time will come to be able to track these cards.
Hello, the house are burned down.
And punish those who are doing this.
All too frequently, a unit is unavailable for an actual fire emergency, merely because it is responding to a false alarm.
And it results in most instances to a waste of resources that could be used for more productive purposes. So I want to encourage members of the public to desist from this practice. We tend to see a spike in false alarm calls during the summer when the kids are home. Because they are home, they have their cell phone, and they see it as fun to dial whether 110 or 119 to say that there's a fire somewhere. So I want to encourage parents to pay attention to that as well.
Christmas is a period for giving, but you'd agree this should be a year-round thing. If you're on board, here are 5 things to consider for your gift-giving rounds this Christmas. 1. Reach out to people or organizations that usually donate hot meals to the poor. This will help to space out supplies so that it reaches those on the receiving end in a more effective manner and ensure they're not bombarded with food that will go bad soon. 2. Meals are good, but also consider giving longer lasting and needed items such as hygiene products, clothes, and books and toys for the little ones. 3. Consider opening your home for a little one for the season. We have boys and girls in state care who would love the chance at a loving and stable home, even if it's just for the holiday period. You will be doing them and yourself a favor. 4. Instead of giving something, try volunteering your time to the old and the vulnerable. Spend a day with them, talk to them, and listen. Offer to comb their hair or give them a needed pedicure. And finally, remember to love yourself. After all, if you don't have it for yourself, you sure do not have it to give to someone else. Happy gift giving.
I really hope that those who are listening to my voice will take an introspection of themselves and check out how they have been operating the motorcycle. Are you operating with a helmet, an elbow pad, a knee pad, a jacket, a shoulder pad? Are you wearing shoes instead of slippers? Have you removed the mirrors from the motorcycles? Obedience better than sacrifice. Do the right thing. Are you going to ensure that you buckle up in the motor vehicle and the persons in the motor vehicle behind your back, your passengers, are they buckled up? Are you going to ensure that? Are you going to give yourself adequate time to reach your destination so that you don't have to be in any ears, so that you don't help to clog up the health sector? Nobody should be going to the hospitals because of traffic crashes. Nobody. They are preventable, they are avoidable. We can make better choice than that.
Up next, a little history on the Yuletide season.
The term Yuletide comes from Yule, an ancient winter festival celebrated by Germanic and Scandinavian people, particularly the Norse. Yule originally marked the winter solstice, the longest night of the year, and honored the return of the sun as days began to lengthen again. Traditionally, people celebrated Yule with feasting, gatherings, and rituals to welcome the rebirth of the sun. It's a sight somewhat similar to the feastings we usually have right around Christmas time. When Christianity spread through northern Europe, many of these Yule traditions were blended with Christmas customs. The word Yule became associated with the Christmas season, and Yuletide came to mean the time of Yule or Yule season. Over time, it simply became another way to refer to the Christmas season.
Don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need.
Would like a safer Jamaica for this Christmas.
Another one for Christmas is a good time, good festivity, good food, and enjoy it with my wife.
What I would like for Christmas is some money.
All I want for Christmas, one simple thing, is a crime-free country, and Jamaica to get back where it's coming from.
A lot of things I need for Christmas. Christmas are nice things, but one that I wish I could have a Christmas is a nice car now.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need.
We've reached the end of our program. Get a recap of everything you saw here and more on our website, jis.gov.jm. I'm Audrey Williams. Shalom.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.